Everybody, welcome to Anchorage, Alaska. This is Pamela LaPointe, your wildly vibrant WildFit Coach, and I am going to be making my Alkagizer today, and I thought I would show you just how I go about making my green smoothie that I love, love, love. Some of you are new to WildFit, and I know that can be very interesting when your first enhancement is to learn how to make your Alkagizer. So I'm going to give you some hints and show you what I do in my kitchen. So I hope you can see everything. This is my prep, getting ready to talk to you guys about my Alkagizer. I start with water. Look at, I have my Vitamix, and I've had it for like 12, 13 years, and so my container isn't even clear anymore. Kind of silly. But I'm due for a new one, I think. We use this thing daily, multiple times a day. It is so amazing, the Vitamix. All right, so I start with some water. For liquid in your green smoothie, you can use coconut water, you can use almond milk, you can use bone broth if you like a more savory drink, green smoothie, but I prefer water, and I like mine a little bit thinner, so I add a little bit more water. Now, the first ingredient is the celery, and I use about 3 or 4 stalks. It is recommended that you don't necessarily use the leaves because they can be bitter and also hard to digest. It's up to you, it's personal preference. For me, they don't really bother me, but in the beginning, if you're just starting with a green smoothie, then you might want to just save your celery leaves and use them for stalk, okay? I keep a big bag in my freezer, and I just keep all of my extra scraps from vegetables, like the bottom of the celery thing too, and I use it to make my bone broth. All right, so just chop up. I start with my chunky vegetables first into my blender, and I use about 3 or 4 stalks of celery. Well, the little stalks, not the whole thing, because I take the whole head and I chop it into long, after I've washed it, into long strips, and I store it in water in my refrigerator, and it stays nice and fresh. All right, next ingredient, cucumber. So I just use a small cucumber. I buy organic cucumbers, so I don't need to peel them. Again, if you're new to making green smoothies, you might want to peel them. If you can't find them organic, definitely peel them. And if you are new, because the skins can also be a little bit more difficult to digest. Also, if you're just getting started, you might want to take the seeds out. Again, just for easy digestion, you want to make, if you're just starting with green smoothies or Alkagizers, you want to make it as easy on your body to enjoy it and love it. All right, so just chop those babies up and throw them in there. Okay, now I always add a bit of my Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt. It makes such a difference to the flavor of your Alkagizer, so just a nice big pinch of this. And the recipe for this, it's a base recipe. You can put anything in a green smoothie, anything. If you don't have any cucumbers, they're not available in your area, or they're not fresh, or they don't look good, you can always use a zucchini. You can use summer squash. You do not have to use the exact same things every single day, and you don't have to use exact same things as a written recipe in anything in life. All right, so the next item, I'm gonna throw in my celery leaves. Also, if you don't have celery, another thing I like to use sometimes is daikon. Daikon is my friend. I love daikon. Daikon is a white radish. They are really huge. This is just the end of one, and I do peel them. I don't think these are organic, so and I just like the sharpness of a white radish, so I put a few chunks of that into my Alkagizer. Not every day. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm just trying to get you to realize that you can put anything in a green smoothie and you can mix it up. Okay, I always start, and I love, love, love ginger, fresh ginger. So I buy organic ginger. I don't even peel it. I do cut it up into a few different pieces here because the Vitamix likes to kind of catch it on the bottom of the blade if it's too big a piece. So I just buy some nice fresh ginger. When you're looking for it in your store, you want it to be nice and plump, not at all dried up, okay? If you buy the organic, you don't even need to peel it. This recipe as written and as I'm making here makes 2 to 3 servings, Okay, so I am going to kind of fill this up. I start by blending my chunky stuff first. I get it going and then I add my greens. All right, so here's my cover. Oh, right here. Here we go. Okay, not very green yet, but that's because my next ingredient is spinach. I love spinach. Now I don't use spinach all the time because it's really important to rotate your greens, but that's what makes it that beautiful, beautiful green color. Spinach. So I'm gonna add a nice big handful, 1.5 handfuls of spinach. I don't just use spinach. In the beginning, when you're just starting with making an Alkagizer or your green smoothie, you might want to stick with spinach. It's a little bit sweeter and it's very gentle. You might also want to try some more mild lettuces. Butter lettuce is really good, any of the romaine, anything like that. You can put anything in your green smoothie. Am I getting my point across? Okay, I also have a bag of mixed baby kale and chard. And so I'm gonna put some of this into my green smoothie. Stuff that on in there. Another handful or so. Every blender is a little bit different. So the Vitamix is so powerful. I just do it right until I don't see any more leaves or anything, okay? So now you can see it's not chunky, but it's not all blended together because I haven't added the secret ingredient. My very favorite, an avocado. Okay, so now we've talked about all the different ingredients. I wanted to go back to the greens because you don't have to just use lettuces or spinach or anything like that. You can use any greens that are available to you. Pick whatever is closest and freshest. The things that come from your farmer's market are wonderful. If you can find any local greens, that's the best, okay? Those are gonna be the healthiest for you. And no matter where you are in the world, you'll find some kind of greens. If you can't find spinach, you might have bok choy or some other moringa grows so often in places. Some of the more bitter greens, I really love dandelion greens, even the tops to beets, and that kind of stuff. Now, if you are just starting with a green smoothie, you might also want to add fruit. An apple or 2 or 3, okay? Depending upon if you're just starting, you might want to add a couple more apples. For me, I've been having them for a long time. If I add an apple now, it tastes too sweet. But I wanted to say you could also add some blueberries. A half of a frozen banana makes it so creamy. So when you're just starting, make it a little bit sweet so that you enjoy it and that you love it, because this is a hack to get in lots of vegetables. All right? Okay, I'm gonna add my secret ingredient. So if you don't have, I wanted to say too, if you're gonna add any greens that are darker, like the beet greens, please know that that will turn your green smoothie kind of brown. All right, kind of purplish. If you add blueberries, same thing. So you might, it'll taste delicious, but it might not look so great. So you might want to put it into a colored cup in that case. Your avocado, are you ready? Okay, just chop it in half. Look how yummy my avocado is. All right, make sure you take your seed off. And this is what's gonna make it so, so creamy. Just peel that baby up. And that's that. But now look at that color and look at how creamy it is now. So yum, yum, yum. Now I like Alkagizers cold, but let's see. I also love my mini glasses. I like to use a big glass. Grab some ice cubes. Now, look how much I still have. Okay, so a couple of things. I told you it makes 1.5 recipes. Now, you can freeze Alkagizers. Let me show you how I do it. Frozips, this is what I use. Okay? You can just pour them right in, and then you can always have them, especially when we're going through any travel or when you're not sure you can get all of your greens, then you definitely want to have them in your freezer. The other thing is I can store them in my fridge. I use 16-ounce mason jars and I fill them all the way to the top so that there is absolutely no room for any air to oxidize it. It just stays nice and fresh. I will make sure that I can have one the next day. And I do like mine a little thin, so as I am drinking them, I often just add water to get down all of the nice green stuff. So I want to give you one more thing. If you don't have avocados, what can you do? Well, you can use any healthy oil. So you can use avocado oil, almond oil, olive oil. You can even throw in a scoopful of nuts, or you can have some nuts on the side. Not quite as wonderful because of the digestion might slow it down a little bit. And also, like I said, avocado oil is another really good one. So I hope that this helps you guys going forward. Experiment with your green smoothies. Enjoy making them and give yourself an affirmation of, oh my goodness, this is such a hack to give my body the nutrients it needs. This is the ultimate fast food, people. Ultimate fast food. All right? So stay healthy today and every day. Help your families by demonstrating to them that you're taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself and then take care of others. That's always the best thing. So make sure you're fueling your body before you try to help others. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye from Anchorage, Alaska. And if you need anything else, you know where to find me. All right, see you later, everybody.